Who joined us earlier. Let's move on. Okay, we're shifting pace with this next story. A big statement coming in from the Union Minister and former Army General V.K Singh. He said, wait for some time, the PoK will automatically merge with India. Pakistan-occupied Kashmir will automatically merge with India. V.K Singh said this while he was answering a larger question. He said that PoK will automatically merge with India in some time. We're going to play out what he had to say. He made this statement in Dausa in Rajasthan while responding to a question where he was asked about the demands of Shia Muslims in the region to open the roads to India. Take a look and then we'll connect with the reporter for more.
पीओके अपने आप भारत के अंदर आएगा, थोड़ा सा इंतजार का पीओके अपने आप भारत के अंदर आएगा, थोड़ा सा इंतजार का पीओके अपने आप भारत के अंदर आएगा, थोड़ा सा इंतजार का पीओके अपने आप भारत के अंदर आएगा, थोड़ा सा इंतजार का पीओके अपने आप भारत के अंदर आएगा, थोड़ा सा इंतजार का
Okay, our colleague Pallavi is with us right now to bring us more context. Pallavi, what do we make of this statement coming in not just from a union minister, but someone who has worked for his whole career with the army? How do we understand this statement?
So we have to wait to see whether this is actually a part of a structured plan of the government. I don't think so. But this has been India's stand always, Toya, that Pakistan, every time Pakistan creates a voice about holding a plebiscite in Kashmir and how Kashmir is actually theirs, India has always hit back and saying that once the people of Kashmir have chosen to be with India, but as far as Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is concerned, that's where all the human rights violations are taking place. The people over there also are being forced to be a part of Pakistan, but very clearly they won't be a part of our country. In fact, every time the Kashmir bogey is raised by Pakistan, India counters by talking about PoK. Very significant statement. I mean, he won't be saying this, and you're absolutely right, Tora. Someone who comes in from the background, that he comes in off the forge, he won't be making it off the cuff. But there have been reports which India has consistently pointed out of human rights, gross human rights violations, not just against the minorities over there, the Hindu minorities, but even against their own people, Shia versus Sunni. In that context, he said that even the people of PoK one day will realize that they need to be a part of a country of origin, which is India.
Can you tell our audiences, Pallavi, of course we'll go over to political phone calls, but until we do, can you tell our audiences, this is a sensitive issue. How have we seen different political parties approach it? Has there been a difference in their approach?
See, this is not something which the government has very openly spoken about, but on platforms in Pakistan, international platforms, and it tries to internationalize the Kashmir issue. India is always hit by giving the examples of Gilgit, Balochistan, and also of PoK, and also the instances where the Hindu minorities have been targeted over there. This would be huge if there actually is the PoK becomes a part of India, and especially in an election year. I mean, how can politics be far behind? Especially in an election year, this would be huge. A huge development. India doesn't believe in an expansionist policy, live, let live. In fact, that was the crux of the G20 summit meetings as well. But this kind of a statement coming in, that too in a border state like Rajasthan, extremely significant. And of course, it's likely to throw up a political storm and political reactions as well.
Can you just tell our audiences, Pallavi, because you're pointing out the immense significance in two ways, as you said, and I just want to repeat that so our audiences also realize, as you said, border state and also someone with V.K Singh's career, that kind of eminence making a statement like this. Can you tell our audiences, Pallavi, what is the history of BJP leaders making a statement like this at all in the recent past in particular? Any previous examples?
So there have been. I mean, Giriraj Singh, for example, had said recently, I remember, don't remember the context, but I remember he had said that, the kind of way the Hindus are being targeted in Pakistan, Balochistan, how the women are being targeted, Baluchi women, and we've been reporting on that. It's time that we need to step in and save them and bring them, and make them a part of India and bring them into India. Never been encouraged by the central government because, these are foreign policy issues. These are diplomatic issues. You don't do off-the-cuff comments. You don't make off-the-cuff remarks. And, as I said, I mean, India, especially at G20, has kind of attacked China for its expansionist policy, saying we don't intrude into other people's territories. We like to communicate. We use international platforms where it's required. But at the end of the day, it's the voice of the people which decides.
Okay. Pallavi, can I just ask you to stay with us? Major General V.K Singh is with us. He is, of course, a defense expert. General, I just want to come over to you to understand from you, in your estimation, when you take a look at this statement, Do you, and I know one can only guess at this point, but would you guess that this is a statement and messaging that is possibly coming in from the top, that it's not an off-the-cuff remark that V.K Singh has made? All right, we have defense expert SP Sinha with us. I don't believe we have that connection with the Major General. Let's go over to SP Sinha instead. Sir, I want to ask you, sir, in your estimation, let me take to you the same question. In your estimation, would you predict that this comment, which is of immense significance coming at the time that it does and where it came in a border state, would you see this statement as one that was made signaling that was possibly given from the center, or would you see it as an off-the-cuff remark, in your estimation?
You see, it is, firstly, it is a collective leadership in BJP. And I don't think any minister, even General V.K Singh, will echo his thoughts, which will be contrary to the general thought process of the command structure, the highest command structure. So I think it is not off-the-cuff remark. You see, everything Modi is not going to speak. Everything Foreign Minister, Mr. Jaishankar, is not going to speak. And since it pertains to military issue, you see, if PoK comes, there are many methods: annexation, attack. Automatically, it merges with India. People of PoK revolt, and they open the doors for merger. So there are many issues. So there is a military angle to it. And who is the best person to comment on this military angle? General V.K Singh. He has been Chief of Army Staff, and he has not made any wrong statement. It is not a irrelevant statement. It is just a matter of time. Pakistan is a rotten state. Pakistan is going to get broken into 5 units, I can tell you. And if one of the units decide to merge, even Sindh, if they decide to merge
General,
with India,
if we had the time, I would also ask you more about what you thought about the timing coming so soon after the G20.